Our one camera last night on the food plot had a group of like 5 or 6 bucks hit it.
Fighting.
Nothing bigger than 92 inches, but they were all fighting. So like the testosterone's still going on here. They're not shedding as many antlers, I don't think. Up there, I got a bunch of bucks with one antler already.
The deer behavior is like Iowa, and the size is like Pennsylvania going on right now.
I mean, right now it would be cool to go out hunting. You're going to see a ton of deer and bucks doing buck things, and they're all literally dinks.
I've had a lot of 3-year-olds in scrapes the last 48 hours. Probably 5 to 6 different 3-year-olds.
I seen your picture dump yesterday. It was the 10, the young 10 that we both had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that deer. That's a deer to keep an eye on for next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right. We still got some. We got to convince Tyler not to shoot that deer, which is going to be hard to do. Yeah. We'll definitely get into that.
Which one? The
young.
The one with the little kicker off his brow, or his base, and he was here one day, and he's been at their farm a lot. But
was that one of the ones he was debating during gun season?
Yeah, it's the one that was bedded down in daylight when we were in his gator. He's like, he wanted to go shoot that buck, and I told him no.
When on a different farm, there was a 5-year-old buck.
Yeah,
daylight,
and he
maybe scored about the same, but a way more mature deer.
Yeah, and he had his own. Those guys have their own
personal motives.
Yeah, their own. Him and Tate are like oil and water, but Tate did everything he needed to do to have that buck killable for Tyler, and we got close. I do believe he appeared for us early that night with another buck. He then slipped off with the does. The other buck hung on the fringe for like an hour. We videoed him for about an hour eating acorns. Totally ignored the corn pile.
And you
totally ignored.
You guys would have been properly set up in stands in history.
Oh, he could have killed him from your stand.
You guys were hunting like a bunch of bums.
It was underneath your stand the whole time. They were up that way. They were the whole entire time we were hunting. He was up by that ladder stand.
So if you weren't hunting like hobos, you would have got a much better chance.
And Tate even admitted it. He put that corn out, and he's like, there's no really good stand to hunt it. It's just there for like inventory, which it was working, but there was no good stand to hunt it. But we watched the smaller buck, like 115, 120 inch 8-point for a long time. Then the neighbor shot, and they all took off. But when the neighbor shot, and we were like, it was getting the last light, I saw a whole bunch of tails were down that way. We were watching like 1 or 2 does in that buck. There was like 10 tails. So that other buck, I think, was probably rooting around, and